All right, everybody. The Edmonton Oilers have won 5 games in a row. So that means that it is time. Yes, that is right. It is time for our first ever heat check here on the BDS Hockey Pod. And the reason for that is we've decided to, anytime that a team wins 5 games in a row, we are going to put together a little heat check segment for you guys so that way we can kind of break down what's been going on, who they've beaten, what, break it down a little bit and see what's going well for them, how they've done it, and can we expect to see that continue. Over the past 5 games, the Edmonton Oilers have been playing lights out. They've scored 5.4 goals on that 5-game win streak, which is definitely encouraging because prior to they had kind of received a little bit of bad puck luck, you might say. Looking at some of the statistics, expected goals for the Edmonton Oilers had previously been second in the league for expected goal expectancy as far as the expected goals scored that they should have been receiving. While the fact that their actual outcome of goals scored, they were 30th in the NHL. So definitely a little bit of bad puck luck there. And it's nice to see over the last 5 games that's kind of turned around, scoring 5.4 goals per game. So it's nice to see that luck turning around for them. But everything starts with Connor McDavid as normal for the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, in the last 5 games, he's playing really, really well. Scored 16 points in those 5 games. His earlier injuries that were kind of nagging him a little bit seem to be all in the past because as well as he's played, he's really turned it on. Zach Hyman, another guy that's been really playing well all season, really. He's scored 26 points on the season. So he's been very consistent for the Oilers and definitely encouraging for them. But even more encouraging for Oilers fans and the organization is Stu Skinner. That guy is playing lights out during this win streak. Opponents have taken 140 shots on goal. He's only allowed 8 of those to score. So that's a 943 save percentage for him in this win streak. And if he can keep up the hot hand that he has right now, the Oilers are going to win a lot of games. I mean, obviously they're going to need to have a capable backup because he can't play every day. So there's a little concern having Pickard as the backup. And especially when you're playing every other day. I mean, Stu Skinner can't play every night whenever you're playing, 3 games in 6 days and that sort of thing. But definitely his play in these last 5 games has been extremely, extremely encouraging. I just can't say it enough because that was the thing that was really getting them in the early part of the year. Was goaltending was just atrocious for them. Since the coaching change, Chris Knobloch has really helped turn things around in that they've won 7 out of the 10 games since he came on board. And Paul Coffey has really stepped up, helped the defense step up and improve their game. So that's definitely encouraging sign, seeing that the defense is playing really well. Evan Bouchard is playing really well for the Oilers. So it's definitely something that a lot of encouraging signs for Oilers fans and for the organization is how much improved they seem to be playing right now. Right now they are set at 10-12-1 on the season. They've scored or they've earned 21 points in the standings. They are behind the Arizona Coyotes and the Arizona and Nashville are tied at 28 points for the final 2 for the 2 wild card spots. So there's a little bit of distance still for the Oilers to make up because they dug themselves in such a deep hole. But I mean, the way they're playing, if they can score like that, and if Stu Skinner can keep the puck out of the net, then things are very, could go very well for this team. And let's kind of look back at this win streak a little bit more and the opponents that they had. Starting against, they started on the road at Washington, shutting them out 5-0. Then they played Anaheim, knocked them down 8-2. And then they had Las Vegas. I mean, they went to overtime with Vegas and beat them 5-4. And then at Winnipeg 3-1, Carolina 6-1. So out of that 5-game winning streak, really the only one that you could chalk up as being sort of like an expected win, I guess, would be Anaheim. That's really the only one out of that 5 that you would say would be a disappointment if they had lost. So winning off all 4 of the other ones is definitely extremely encouraging for them. Big win against Carolina the other night, scored 2 goals within the first minute of the game. Absolutely destroyed Carolina in that game. I mean, it wasn't even close. Coach Brindamore for Carolina, during the interview during the game, he was just so exasperated. I commented on that in one of our shorts. You can find that on the video. As far as the upcoming schedule, it also is very encouraging too for the Oilers, because you have all 5 at home. You've got Minnesota coming up tonight. They've been pretty hot too since their coaching change, but they dropped a game last night. And then they're coming in on second game of a back-to-back. So that's advantage Edmonton. So definitely, a chance to get that 6th win in a row tonight. And then you've got New Jersey, Chicago, and Tampa Bay, 3 teams that, have kind of hit skids lately. New Jersey and Tampa Bay are 2 teams that you expect to turn it around. Both of those teams are capable of getting to the playoffs. So definitely those are ones to worry about, but they're both of those opponents have been playing a little bit poor recently. Florida, they're on the 16th of December, could be a very, very tough task, but all 5 of those games being at home are very winnable games. So before you know it, in the middle of this month, we could be talking about a 10-game Edmonton win streak. And then, it's like, next thing you know, the Oilers are going to be right there in position for, we're going to have to really be talking about the Oilers as one of the top teams in the NHL, despite the fact that they had such a terrible start to the season. If they go on a 10-game win streak, that's difficult in the National Hockey League. So definitely going to be watching these next 5 games to see what happens here, because having all 5 of them at home is definitely an advantage for the Oilers. Let me know what you think. Are the Oilers back? Are the Oilers going to sweep these 5? Are they going to make the playoffs? Are we going to be talking about a 10-game win streak here as of December 16th? Let me know in the comments what you think. Are the Oilers back? Will they make the playoffs? And do you think they will get to a 10-game win streak? Let me know. Do you like the heat check segment? Should we continue these? But that's a wrap on the first ever heat check. And thank you so much.